Hey, I'm back, guys. Welcome back to my channel if you're new here. Hi, I'm Jada. This is my story time of seeing the Runarounds in concert in Toronto. Also, wearing my Barricade Baddie Daniel CV sweater because we got Barricade. But yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, wait guys, my nails are kind of grown out, but these were the nails for the Runarounds. So basically, I was meeting my friend Jessie there, but for the context of this video, I'm going to call her Jess, because Jessie in the band. So she was meeting me later, and then I took the day off work so I could get there earlier. So I got there around like 1:45, and there was like maybe 20 people in front of me, but I think there were only maybe 6, I was gonna say 6, 7, but like around that many VIPs in front of me, and I had VIP. And then it was freezing, guys. It was so cold. And as soon as I got there, oh my gosh, the girls in front of me, I was like, is this the line for the Runarounds? And they were like, yeah. And then they were like, Axel's behind you. I said, what? And I thought they were joking. And then, does Axel not walk up like behind me? I said, oh, hey King. He went to Tim's like down the street and was like coming back. But they were like, that was so funny. And then it was cold, so he like went back inside. And then around like, I don't even know, 2:30 2-ish, the Will and Zende went to go eat, and then on their way back they stopped at the back of the line and they went through every single person and like started talking to them, having a conversation. You could get a picture, you could get autographs with them. They were so sweet. They literally, like, oh my gosh, they were the sweetest. They took the time with everybody, made sure you got your picture, and if you didn't ask for one, they were like, do you want a picture? Like, they were so sweet. Oh my gosh, I looked horrendous in that picture. Like, I don't even know if I'll put it in this, but it's definitely on my Instagram or TikTok. But no, it was so cold, and my face was like, my nose was so red, my face was pale, my lips were like so gray. Oh my gosh, it was so bad, but it was a good time. And oh my gosh, I made some cute friends. I don't know if they're gonna see this, but they follow me on TikTok now. They're so cute. They made the line and the cold, like, they made it worth it, honestly. So shout out to them. I hope I see them at the next concert. They were GA, so I did have to leave them for a couple hours, but they found us when we went in, they found us on the floor, and it was so fun. We all had fun together, and that's what I love about concerts. Like, you just make friends. My friend Jessie was coming from school, so she had to come back, drive 2 hours from London, and then drop her stuff at home, and then like change, get ready, and then come back to Toronto, which is like not that far. So she ended up getting in line around 3-ish, a little before 3, to meet me in line. And I honestly don't remember. I think around like 4:30-ish, they started handing out like the VIP's lanyard. This is what it looks like. It says the Minivan tour, the Runarounds, and then this is the front SOUNDCHECK experience, and then this is the back. I got Zende to sign it like when we went inside, but yeah, so cute. Yeah, so that was around like 4:30, and then at 5, a little after 5 actually, they were a little late, but after 5 they started letting us in. You like scan your bags, whatever, and then you just go straight in like to the floor. So we were like, I didn't think we would get Barricade, but we did. We were on the right side though, which is fine for me, because I didn't want to be, like, as long as I got somewhere on Barricade, I was fine. But I also, like, I was chill to be on that side. So then the guys came out. They were like, hey guys, and like, they were just so silly goofy. They did 3 songs. They did Cellophane, The Good Times, Chasing the Good Times, and then I don't know the name of the third song, but I don't think it was I think it was a cover song that someone requested. So they did that. And then they were like, so what if we just came down to the floor and talked with you guys for a little bit? And I was like, what? All of us were so confused. And then they literally hopped off the stage and just like came down, and we were like, oh, like, this is happening. Because I thought when I've done VIP, it's like mainly just you line up and then you go, you get a hug, whatever, you say, oh my gosh, like, I love you, whatever, I love your music, all that stuff, and then take a picture and you go. But no, they came down, they spread out, like the 5 of them, and then they talked to us for like an hour. Like, there was like an hour allocated for all that stuff, and it was like the coolest thing ever. They didn't rush you or anything to like get in line for when the picture came. Like, they were so chill. They were all spread out, and you kind of just like went to whoever, and they were taking pictures, they were making TikToks with people. They were so nice, and it was the coolest thing ever. But yeah, so we went to Jesse first because our opening line was gonna be like, oh my gosh, hey Jesse, this is my friend Jesse, but like with an IE. And then so we were talking to him. He was cool. He kept being like, sick to my stomach, fam. Like if you're from Toronto, you know, like there's a TikTok of like the Toronto girl doing that. I think she's talking about someone's like mom or something, and then she's like, oh, that makes me sick to my stomach, fam. But like, yeah, so he just kept saying that throughout the night and throughout SOUNDCHECK, and it was really funny. But yeah, so we took a picture with him. He was so chill. I think he was a little awkward because he just like, he didn't really know what to do. And then we went to Zende, and I was like, hey, it's me again, because like I saw him outside. And then he was like, oh my gosh, glad you made it, thanks for coming out. And then they were just like, how far like did you guys come from? And I was like, oh, like I'm only an hour away, so it wasn't that bad. But my friend Jess, she's like 2 hours away for school. And then she was like, it's my senior year, like this is her final year of university, so like that was really fun really fun for her. Yeah, and then we just like chatted with him for a little bit. We talked about his pancakes because he did go to breakfast before I met him earlier. So I was like, how was your pancake? You need to take like some maple syrup like home. And he was like, I would, but like I don't know if it's gonna make it home because like it could spill in your bag and stuff. And I was like, you know what, that's so fair, don't risk it. Oh, and then we were talking to Jesse about like his guitar getting lost on Air Canada, because I was like, that would happen with Air Canada. But glad you found it, glad you made it. He literally pulled up like at 4 o'clock in an Uber, and like all the guys were already there. And then Zende, after him, we went to Axel because that's just his favorite in the band. So we went to him, got her some cool pictures. Their pictures are actually really cute. We were literally just talking to him about nonsense. Like that man was so nonchalant. He was horrifying everybody. And then we were like, how do you say Toronto? And he was like, Toronto. And we were like, no, like it's Toronto. And then he was like, he thought we were messing with him. And we were like, no, like you don't pronounce the T at the end. And then he was like, oh, Toronto, like Serrano, the Italian bread. And we were like, yeah. But then later on in the night when we were like looking it up, like to find out what bread he was talking about, the bread is Toronto, but like T-U-R. It's not Serrano. So I don't know what he was talking about, but whatever. We're gonna leave that at that. Yeah, so then we did a picture with him. That was cool. He's pretty short, honestly. Zende was also shorter than I thought he was gonna be. He was just like maybe an inch taller than me, and I'm 5'6". And then we went back to Will. He was like the final. Oh no, we saw Jeremy too. We were like, hey Jeremy, and he was just like, oh hey, like hey guys. He was so awkward, but he was so cute. Like, and he was like, this is his first time in Toronto, so he didn't like pack like proper clothes or whatever, because like it's April, so you would think it's nicer weather. But I was like, no, like it's still winter for us, but it's okay. He was fine. He was chilling. He was so nice though, and he took a picture. Actually, we didn't get a picture with him because it was like we had to start lining up to do the meet and greet picture, so I got it with that, so it's okay. And then we went to Will. Oh, and like Will had like a pretty big group around him, so we were kind of just like waiting, and like it's kind of hard not to like listen in on what other people were talking to him about. And I don't know what they were talking about, like I wasn't really listening, but he was talking about like his passport and stuff, and he was like, yeah, I carry it with me. And he like just whipped it out of his, like I think he was wearing jeans or something. He whipped it out of his jeans and it like fell to the floor, and I was like, oh, like actually, like you carry it around. And then he looked at me and he started laughing. He was like, yeah, like it's in my pocket. And then he went back to their conversation, and then me and Jess were like, there's no way he's just walking around with his passport in his jeans. Like that's crazy to me. I would keep it in my bag or something. But like, yeah, so that was really funny. Then when it was our turn, I blacked out. I don't know what we talked about. I remember asking him how to say Toronto, and he was like, Toronto. And I was like, yeah, like that was pretty good. And then he was like, okay, good. Like, let me get it down now instead of being like really embarrassed, like during the show and being like, hey, Toronto. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're so real for that. And then he said he had like distant relatives in Toronto, so it's not his first time here. He's been here before. And he was like, we need to come back when it's not frigid outside. Like, I was like, yeah, definitely come back in the summertime. It'll be so much better. And then come back when you have a day off, so you can like actually spend time like in the nightlife or just around Toronto and not have to just get here and then leave kind of thing. But he was so nice. And then I was like, oh, like, can we take a picture? And he was like, yeah, of course, let's do it. So then we took a picture. Then we did a funny one for him and my friend Jess. Their picture is so funny. I don't know why he made this face in that picture, but I'll show you. And then for mine, I did the same pose with him, and then he went like, cheese. And it was so funny. I don't know why he did that, but that's like a vocal stim that me and Jess have now that like we just do it all the time. So that was really funny. He was super sweet. Also forgot to say that when we met Will, I don't know how we got to this topic of conversation, but like it came up that like my friend Jesse's name was like Jesse, like in the band. And then he was like, oh, hi, like, I'm Will. And then he put his hand up for a handshake, and then he was like, and you? And then I'm like, oh, I'm Jada. And he was like, I'm Will, nice to meet you. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, not you introducing yourself, like, we're not here for you. But I was like, slay, humble king, we love to see it. And I thought that was so cutesy of him, and just like they genuinely, they're just like regular guys, like just regular guys with their friends who are in a band and they play songs. Like, it was crazy. It was actually insane. Like, you know, when you have like starstruck moments when you meet your favorite like artist, celebrity, whatever, but then like with them, it literally felt like talking to your friend. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, so I think that's my favorite thing about this band, is that they're so friendly, and you're not like, I wasn't even scared to talk to them. I was more scared of like, what do I say, like, what do we talk about, kind of thing. But like, that's just me as a person. I hate small talk, but they made you feel so comfortable, and they were just so fun to talk about. You could literally talk about the weather and they would make it sound interesting. Yeah, then we went and we started lining up for the VIP meet and greet picture, which is like with all of them behind like the backdrop and all that stuff. And you don't take it with your pictures with your phone. They have it like professionally taken, so you don't need that. Oh, and then we got posters that were signed. It's just like the tour poster, and then the bottom is like signed by all of them, so like they hand that out after you take your picture. Okay, this part of the video got cut out and accidentally deleted, so we're refilming. But look, my sweater came in. I bought it after the concert, and it came before I got my VIP pictures back. Kind of crazy, but anyways, love it. It's a medium and it fits like perfect. It's so good, guys, like so warm. They didn't have it at the merch shop. They only had it this, but in green, like a dark green, and then just t-shirts that I didn't want. I wanted the blue hoodie, so yeah. Okay, so VIP. We didn't get a picture with Jeremy because we had to start lighting up for the VIP, and then the two girls, love them. They saved our spot like at barricade because there was a girl trying to steal our spot, which not cool, so annoying. Anyways, so like as we're like waiting for the next person to finish, we like, the guy who was taking the picture was still looking at the camera, and I'm like, do I walk up? Do I not go up? And then Will was like, hey guys, like come on. So then we're like, okay, let's go. So then we went, and then me and Jess did it together so we can like save time and go back to our spot, and then I could go get merch for her. So then we walked up and we're like, okay, like what pose are we doing? And then Jess wanted to do like Rock God's Mother Effers, so we were like, yeah, let's do that. So then I went to like between Will and Jesse, and then I think Jess was between Axel and Zende. I don't remember, but it's in the picture. Anyway, so then we did that. We got our picture. It was so fun. And then like in the middle of the picture, they like screamed Rock God's Mother Effers, and I was like, I didn't know we were doing that. And then Will even said that. Will was like, oh, I didn't know we were doing that. I would have screamed it too if I knew. And I looked at him and I was like, no, I think it was just a Jesse and Axel thing. Like, I think they coordinated that together because we did not know that was happening. But yeah, so then we laughed, and I was really hoping that the pictures caught us before we started laughing and like moved places. But love our picture. It's super cute. And they were really nice. Like, they were actually so chill. They were like down to do whatever kind of pose you wanted, and they were just like, yeah, they were just like cool. So then we went back to our spots, and then I went and got merch. That's about it. Get the merch though. Super cute. There's nothing on the back of this one, but the t-shirt I think says all the shows on the back for this leg of the tour. So go get it. I want to also get the beanie. But I hope they come back to Toronto because that was so fun. And it was their first international tour. Well, international date on their tour. So that was really cool and really fun. Special moment. Yeah, come back soon, guys. Please. I need another concert. Like, I'm in need. I would love to be there again. I can't wait for the new music. New music coming in May. Also, I don't know when this video is coming out, but Bleachers is coming out on April 17th. And I'm so excited because that is my favorite unreleased song right now. And it was so good live. I was like, yes. When it's released, it's going to be on repeat in the car, blasting all the time. Also, I forgot, in line, there was a girl, and she was like, do you have social media? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, do you have TikTok? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, did you make a video, like, asking the runarounds, like, and hoping for them to come? I was like, yeah, but, like, in September, like, it was a few months ago. And she was like, oh, my gosh, I remember your videos, like, I follow you. And I was like, oh, my gosh, hey. So that was, like, really cool. And then even on my TikTok of my outfit, but on Instagram, some girl was like, oh, my gosh, I saw you online. Your outfit looks so good. I was like, guys, thanks. But also tell me in person, like, if you see me, say hi, let's be friends, please. I need more friends. Anyways, yeah, that's it. That's my take. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want more concert videos, more TV, books, whatever. If you're going to the concert, let me know which concert you're going to. If you were at the Toronto show and you saw me, hey, follow me, let's be friends. I need more Runarounds friends anyways, because the show got canceled and it's really sad, but maybe it'll get picked up. And yeah, so bye guys.